I have video for you today of a grown man, as far as I can tell. This is a fully grown man, an adult, visibly confused about how sexual orientation works. It's 2023. This is not a video, from a decade ago when we were actually embroiled in this topic in a different way. This is 2023, and here is Matt Walsh from the Daily Wire saying, if you're born gay, that means there are gay babies. That's crazy, isn't it? And as usual, we ask ourselves, is he pretending to be confused because it's useful, or is he genuinely this dumb? Let's see if we can figure it out.
Well, there is no argument, really. I mean, these people are just shameless, soulless, hypocritical con artists who will say whatever they need to say in any given situation. So you can't really use their own arguments against them, as I've just done, because their arguments are not real arguments.
Okay.
Nothing they say means anything. But to the extent that we can use a word like argument, the argument from the other side is that sexual orientation is immutable and unchangeable. We already talked about this yesterday. And first of all, there was never any reason to believe that. Okay, this idea that born gay or whatever. We know that a person's sexual preferences and tastes can absolutely be affected by all manner of things. Trauma, abuse, exposure to pornography from a young age. Many things can impact a person's sexual preferences. I mean, this is not really disputed by any serious person. There is no gay gene, no matter how hard they look for one. And the idea that people are born gay has always been incoherent because, if people are born gay, like born gay, you're gay from birth.
Yeah.
Right? That's what that would mean. And then that means that there are homosexual infants out there? Again, no sane person thinks that.
Now, it's shocking that we're doing this in 2023. And unlike a lot of the trans issues that Walsh is similarly obsessed with, on a lot of the questions he's talking about here, there's actually decades of research. We have a ton of information. So to quickly, I don't want to focus on the whole gay gene thing, but to just show you how much of a red herring that is. There are lots of believed genetic realities that aren't attributed to one gene. So it's not clear whether there is or is not what we might call genetic homosexuality. But in the same way that autism has not been tied to a specific gene, just because you don't have a gene you can point to doesn't mean that we're not talking about something that is immutable or that is there from birth. But this isn't even really the issue. When it's said that someone is born gay or born straight, the suggestion is that sexual orientation is just an intrinsic part of who you are from birth. It's not a choice you make. Most heterosexuals I know did not have a period where at the time that they became aware of attraction said, oh, all right, now I'm 6. I'm now going to choose. Do I want to be attracted to boys or do I want to be attracted to girls? I don't know of any heterosexual person that had that moment. And so why would it be any different with someone who is gay or who is a lesbian or who is bisexual? Whether you're a gay 12-month-old or a heterosexual 12-month-old, it doesn't manifest until later in life. So, most people describe knowing they were attracted to this or that later. Sometimes it's 5 or 6, sometimes it's 7 or 8, or as you get closer and closer to puberty. So when we say born gay, we're not saying there are gay 12-month-olds attracted to whoever, same-sex babies or whatever the case may be. Now, he must know that, right? Or is it that he assumes his followers are too stupid to know the difference, or that he doesn't actually know that? Handedness might be an analogy. Some people are naturally right-handed or left-handed or ambidextrous. It's a predisposition that is believed to be there from birth. But often you don't know until 18 months, 24 months, etc. My daughter's eating everything with her left hand, fork, spoon, whatever. You hand her a crayon, always goes to the right hand. There's some predisposition there. It's been there since birth. When will we see the full expression of her handedness? I don't know, probably somewhere between 3 and 9 more months or something along those lines. Now, then he talks about abuse. This is another common thing. The idea that trauma or abuse can make someone gay or straight or whatever. And the whole point of this is the homophobic idea that when you are damaged by abuse, you become gay and it's a defect. This is the homophobic idea that they love to push. There's this idea of the influence on actual sexual orientation. The best science we have right now is that trauma and abuse don't cause someone to be gay, lesbian, bisexual, or something else. It's the idea that if you've experienced trauma or abuse, you might grapple with your sexual orientation or your identity in a different way because of societal or internalized feelings that can be exacerbated by trauma, and that might make it difficult for people to come to terms with their sexual orientation, etc. But this idea that you have an incident of abuse and it makes you gay because it broke something has been pretty widely debunked. And remember, most LGBT people have experienced no particular trauma or abuse, and most people who have experienced trauma or abuse are heterosexual in line with the majority of the population. So I thought at this point everybody kind of knew this stuff and we had moved on to disinformation about trans people and away from homosexuality. But I guess Matt Walsh still has profit to be made along these lines. One of our sponsors today is Cube. Cube is a budgeting and banking app combined. No more guessing if you have money for the things you need and want. No more having to categorize each transaction to keep up with your budget. It works like this. You split your money into budget categories called cubes: groceries, car, etc. Let's say you've budgeted $1,000 a month for groceries. You're at the grocery store. Your bill comes to $250. You select your grocery cube in the app. That'll make your grocery budget available on your debit card. Make the purchase. And as soon as you run the card, what's left for your grocery budget goes back into the grocery cube, and that is it. The cube card has zero available balance unless the cube is open, which prevents theft. Every purchase is logged by category automatically in the app. You can share it between family members. Cube offers cards for kids, so you can stay a step ahead of your budget instead of always spending from one big pot, not knowing where you are. The average Cube user saves $440 a month by eliminating mindless spending. You can try the Cube Premium or Family Plan free for 2 months at davidpakman.com/money. The link is down below.